welcome to the Fit Vibes show. So today we have Emma with us, who has been on her Fit Vibes journey for how many months now, would you say, Emma? It's been
About 2.5 months.
Yeah, awesome. So give us a little bit of a rundown as to why you were wanting to make a change. Like, where were you when you started, and what was that main reason that you wanted to make a change within your life and within your lifestyle?
Okay, I thought I was eating healthy. I was, eating brown rice, cauliflower, broccoli, steamed carrots, and a bit of protein every night. But I realise now that even though it was healthy eating, it might not have been the right thing for me to eat to be able to get to my goals. And now that I now have the knowledge to know what good nutrition is to fuel my workouts. When I first started, I was lost. I had no idea. I had this belly on me, which I couldn't get rid of. I was doing so much cardio. I was running 3 times a week. I was boxing maybe once a week. Was doing very limited weights, but I could not shift that belly. And that really was getting, it was really frustrating because I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? Now I can see what I was doing wrong. I was doing way too much cardio, and my nutrition wasn't right for the work I was doing.
Yeah, right. So you had the stomach area that you weren't happy with. You
Mm.
didn't feel
Yeah,
confident just with how you're looking around that area, and the frustration came with thinking that you were eating healthy, thinking that, I'm
yes,
eating veggies, I'm eating brown rice, I'm eating a little bit of protein, thinking that, that's the right thing to do. Then you're working out, you're training, you're going
mm,
running, you're doing all that sort of stuff, and that can be frustrating, hey, when it's like, well, why isn't it working? Like, how long do you reckon you
yeah.
were doing that for and not being able to shift the
Oh,
weight around your stomach?
I've pretty much had a problem with my belly all my life. I'm pretty sure. There's been very limited time where I've had a flat belly. I think when I was, getting thin from my wedding, I might have had a pretty flat belly then, but my weight was quite low, so
Mm-hmm.
probably a bit too low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And what did you do at that stage? So you just like cut back your eating and dropped your calories? Is that sort of
Yeah,
how you got?
I would
Yeah.
have done that. Would have been restricting calories, and it wasn't sustainable. Now I realise,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So then after your wedding, you obviously, went back to normal sort of
yeah,
day to
yeah,
day. Yeah. And then it obviously come back on, and then you were trying to do the right thing, trying to do it the right way, healthy eating and exercising, but it was just the way that you were doing it, you thought was working. So that was really the main reason you wanted to join the program, wasn't it? Just that
yeah.
that's
I didn't have a lot of excess weight on me, but I had enough to. Well, now when I look back at the first photos I did when I first started the program, I can't believe there's it looks like a layer of fat or bloating over the whole entire body, which seemed to disappear within 2 weeks of being on the program. I'm a bit baffled by how that happened.
Yeah, right. And what did you change? Like in those 2 weeks, like you went from thinking that you were eating healthy. So what did you change? What did you start to do, like in terms of your food and your
Um,
training?
Eating white rice, basmati rice instead of brown rice,
Yeah.
eating potatoes, lots of sweet potato, yogurt, cheese, milk. These are all things that I really didn't eat much of beforehand. I always thought potatoes were a no, so I eat them. I barely ate white rice, thinking that that was bad for you. And since being on this program, I've learned so much about the foods that I can eat, and it's amazing. Like, I don't feel hungry, but I'm eating a bigger variety of foods, and yeah, it's actually making a big change in my body.
Yeah, awesome. And so you're eating things now that you actually enjoy, like you actually
Mm.
like to eat those foods.
Yeah.
Um, and you changed your exercise up, so you're obviously still exercising. Um, so tell me, like, you changed obviously to weights, and
Yep.
how did?
So I still do the boxing because I do weights in the boxing as well, like limited weights, but we do, a lot of cardio in there as well. Not running as much as I used to. Might get, well, I think I got 1 run in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, like to see that weight is coming off me, but I'm not doing that high cardio. And I am now doing the weights in the program 2 to 3 times per week as well.
Yeah, right. And what's the shift that you've seen in your body?
Uh, my belly, my husband is even shocked. He just can't believe how much my belly has reduced. It's flatter than it probably ever has been. I can actually see the lines forming for a six pack slowly, but it's
Awesome.
happening. I mean, 2.5 months is not too bad.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
also, like I said, the bloatedness over my entire body has reduced, and there's more tone, muscle tone as well. So yeah, it's been like I'm quite shocked, and I'm really proud to show my photos to my friends to say, look, this is what I started at, and this is how much it's changed in such a short period of time.
Yeah. And did you think that you would be able to see that sort of result by doing something that was actually enjoyable? Like, did you think you would have to just, do more exercise, more cardio, eat, less food, restrict yourself to get to that point?
Mm.
Like, were you surprised when you kind of came into the program and you're like, what the hell? Like, why am I eating, these types of foods?
Yeah,
Why am I, cutting back my exercise? Like, it can be a little bit to get your head around. Hey.
yeah. I got to the point before I started the program. I got to the point where I was thinking I might need surgery to have a tummy tuck to get rid of this empty sack of potato-looking belly that I had.
Mm.
But like I'm shocked at what being on this program has how it's changed my body. I really am shocked.
Yeah, that's amazing. And how's that helped your confidence? Like, what's that done for your confidence levels?
Oh, my confidence has totally changed, but it's not just with my body; it's in my entire life. Everything like work, and I put it down to as you can see yourself reaching those goals, you realise that you are capable and that it really is possible. And then, it's just my whole mindset has really changed in my whole life. Yeah, it's really, really, I find it really odd.
Yeah, wow. And so I think you mentioned too a couple of weeks ago when we were on a call that, even just doing things like public speaking at work, like that you would really kind of freak out and worry about or stress about, like you're just doing that now and that's just becoming easier for you. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Because I fly in and fly out to my mine site. My husband's fly in, fly out. I go up to the same mine site, but when he's back in town, so
Mhm.
I have to, talk in managers' meetings and talk with the, maintenance guys up on the mine site, and yeah, I'm finding even, talking in groups of people so totally different. And I can't quite work out what's happened, but there's just been a massive mental shift.
Yeah, amazing. Because in this program, it's so much more than just food and just training. Hey,
Definitely.
like we talk about that three steps that you need. It's about obviously the nutrition and the training, which can be so much more amazing than probably what you think that you can do. But it's really about that mindset work that we do and focusing on having that support and that accountability. And I think when you've got that and you've got those three things together, you really can just see such a profound shift, not just in your body, but in your whole mindset and the way that you live your life. Hey,
Definitely.
yeah.
I definitely find the accountability a big thing in this program because I want to succeed. I'm, like trying my hardest, not hardest, but I'm trying each day to make sure I reach those goals because I want to see that change in my body when I get those photos taken or those measurements taken. It's like a competition within myself, and it's a fun competition, and I love it.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you mentioned you work away, like fly in, fly out. So how do you go eating? Like you've obviously done really well in terms of, if there's women that go, oh, it couldn't work for me because I work away or I do shift work or, fly in, fly out. Like what has been, I guess, the biggest shift that you've seen and being able to deal with that just when you're not at home and you're not in routine?
Well, there's plenty of food up there to choose from. There's plenty of protein, and just as long as you get that right balance of macronutrients and each each meal, you're fine. And also, you can do your exercise up there quite easily. There's gyms up on mine sites, and
Yeah.
you can have dumbbells in your room. Get extra walking. If you can walk to and from site, to and from the airport as well. Yeah, so um, I think it would be quite easy to do it, being
Yeah.
fly in, fly out.
and you're a testament to, you know, when you have that commitment to go, right, I do want to make a change, and you can do it regardless of what the circumstance is. Hey.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I, got to that point where I was thinking, what now? Like, is it surgery, or is there something else that I can do? When I saw your advertisement, I was like, oh my God, like, there's certain things resonated within me, the advert, and I was like, I really wanted to find out more. And you're always skeptical, but you think, oh, is this just a scam and that? But the program is not. It's amazing, and you're amazing. Like, just having that support, you're not a number. It's like a community that you're within, and there is that support. And if there is a question you have, it's so easy to reach out and find out the answer. And even though I'm in WA and you're in Queensland, it makes no difference, because we've got all the technology to be able to do what we need to do for this program.
Yeah, exactly. And you just, like you said, when you feel like you've got that support, it makes it so much easier then to move through, because you know that no matter what hurdle you come across or whatever struggle you have, you're going to be able to get through that. Hey, if you do use that support. Yeah, that's amazing. And so, in terms of moving forward for you now, like, I know that you're only just started really in the program. Like, our program is a 6-month type deal, so it's exciting to see where you're going to get to in another couple of months. But do you feel like you're learning the skills and the tools and have the knowledge now that when you do complete this program, it's going to be forever, for the rest of your life, that you'll be able to just continue on with this healthy lifestyle and know exactly what you need to do?
It's definitely sustainable. The eating, definitely. I mean, I enjoy all those foods now, and you don't have to restrict your diet totally either. You get to have your nice desserts, as long as you balance that within, your food that you're eating within the day. And the exercise, I love exercise. Sorry, it makes me feel mentally fit, mentally healthy. So I'm lucky in that way. I love exercise. But the food is good, also. And then the actual mindset work is awesome too. I mean, it's a real entire program which fits everything in, and it does make a shift in all areas of your life.
Yeah, awesome. And you sort of mentioned, about the whole online thing. Were you wondering how it was going to work online? Like, in terms of, well, how is this going to work for me? Like, it's online. You don't see anybody. You don't, like, what is that sort of realization you've had around working with a program like this online?
Definitely, it's definitely works. Like, the technology is great. So, you get to use these different apps as well. You get to have your Skype calls. Our Skype calls are amazing. I don't always get to attend them due to time difference, but I get to listen to them afterwards. I listen to them on my drive to work, and I feel so motivated by the time I get to work. It just, like, sets me up for the day.
Yeah, awesome. That's so good. So it's really just knowing that you've got this community and this support that really does. Yeah. And that's it. Like, I think sometimes when we try different things, we might go, oh, well, we'll start a diet plan, or we might download a program or something like that. But because you don't have that support, and because you don't have the tools to be able to shift your mindset around just life and who you are as a person, it can fall down pretty quickly. Hey, like, you might be able to stick to it for a couple of weeks, and then you sort of just lose motivation, and that's why sometimes we never ever finish what we start in those sorts of things. Hey, but the way that I've structured this program is, I've realized that, and I've recognized that that's a pattern. So I've, I guess, looked at it and gone, well, how can we stop that, and how can we make sure that women don't lose that motivation and they do keep pushing through and they do succeed? Because that's what we want for every woman that comes inside of this program, is to be able to get your results, for whatever that result may be. And everybody's different. For you, it was that trouble area around your stomach that you weren't able to get rid of, no matter what you were trying. For other women, it might be, they've got 20 kilos to lose. So the fact that it's personalized as well for you, like, we set everything up for you, for your goals and what you're wanting to achieve. And I think when you know that, and you are following something that's specific for you, it can make it a lot easier then to go, okay, well, if you're not seeing results, how do we change things to make sure that you do? Hey, so
Yeah, I was on a never-ending cycle of binge eating, then restricting. I was probably drinking too often, alcohol too often. I've found since I've been on this program, I'm only drinking a couple, maybe once a fortnight,
Hmm.
and I feel so much better for it. And it was something that I have enjoyed doing. I love, having a drink, but now my goals have changed a bit. I'm more focused on getting that fit, healthy body and being a role model to my children and how they eat and how they see exercise. And so it's not just benefiting me, it's also benefiting my family.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's exactly what it's about. Hey, like you kind of come into it and go like it's, it's for you, but then when you realize that yeah, it's really about the fact that it has so many flow-on effects with your family and your kids
Yeah,
and often a lot of the time too relationships as well. Hey, like with your partner and just how you are with yeah, like your loved ones and your friends as well, because you feel so much better within yourself and a lot more confident and a lot happier. Those relationships can really improve as well. So it's not just something that benefits you, it's so many other aspects as well in your life that can improve. So
definitely.
yeah, which is something that has definitely been a big thing for you. So I guess in 2.5 months, did you ever think starting this program you would be where you are in this position now, like coming in thinking, because I remember you saying to me when we first spoke, like my next option is surgery. Like, did you think after 2.5 months that you would be in this position and that wouldn't even be a thought anymore?
No, I definitely didn't think so. But it's been such a problem area of my body all my life. I just didn't think it was possible to do it without surgery, and now I can see that it is possible. And I am capable of having a flat belly. So it's very exciting coming into summertime, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking I want to buy myself a nice bikini as a reward for being sticking to my goals in the program. So it's been great.
Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, how good is that moment going to be when you're like, yeah, you buy your bikini, you head to the beach or the pool, wherever you go, and just be like, yeah, like I put in the work and I did I showed up every day and I was committed to myself and this is a result. So it's so wonderful to see that, you can be in that position when you do commit to yourself.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I look at it too, when women sort of, say, oh, they, I guess, sometimes don't want to invest, in themselves and spend money on a program like this. But I always say, like, what's the alternative and what's the cost if you don't do it? Hey, if you were sort of
Exactly.
considering surgery, and I've had a few women will say that to me, like, oh, it's this surgery. And it's like, well, what's that going to cost you down the track, or what's it going to cost you for your health, in terms of when you get sick, or
And
whatever that.
downtime as well.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And
Mm,
not just, physical sickness, but, the cost of being, really depressed and not feeling good, the cost of how that affects your kids, that's priceless. You couldn't put a cost on that. Hey, so, I really get inspired when, ladies like yourself value your health and your lifestyle enough to go, yeah, like this is something that I am going to do for myself and this is for me and everyone else benefits as well. So,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And what would your advice be to women who are maybe in your position where you were when you started, where you were sort of thinking that you were doing the right thing, you were, doing the exercise, doing the healthy eating, but nothing was working and you were sort of in that cycle of binge and restrict and yeah, just really unable to see results. What would your advice to them be?
Um, I would say that I personally, I realise now that I had a lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But so by joining this program, my knowledge has, I've gained so many learnings about nutrition and about exercise. And get on this program because it really does work. And and enjoy it because it's actually really enjoyable. And I'm actually feeling upset about the time that it comes when I have to leave the program because it's like been such a big focus in my life. Instead of focusing on any of the negatives that are happening in life, you kind of just focus on yourself and you focus on uh, reaching your goals, and everything else seems to melt away. So for me, it did anyway.
Yeah.
So it's been a really good journey so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where I get to, and then seeing what happens after that.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine,
Mm.
you know, even say Christmas time, like, you know, by the
Mhm.
time we get to there, like, yeah, it's going to be amazing to see what you're looking like. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah. And just obviously, you know, the confidence levels too, like that's only going to keep improving. You know, it's just, I think it's exciting to think, you know, where you're going to get to and where that leads. So,
yeah.
and well done, because, you know, that's, it's commitment. You know, you've obviously, you've put in the work and you've stayed committed, and you've done the things that you need to do. So, you know, when you do show up and you give that commitment to yourself, it's so many benefits you can reap from doing that. Hey, so yeah.
It's such a small investment, money wise. I mean, I haven't had to join a gym because I do it all from home, like with my weights, and
Yeah,
you don't need many weights. But it's actually cheaper than having a gym membership, and yeah, and but you're not only just getting, you know, workouts, you're getting nutritional advice, you're getting community support, you're getting the different apps, and you know, Trainerize, and yeah, it's just amazing the amount of knowledge and that you get from within the program.
yeah, that's awesome. And it's really great, you know, to see that, you know, you recognize that. Hey, so
Oh, definitely, yeah.
yeah, no, that's amazing. Well, really well done. And I've loved being, you know, part of your journey and seeing the results that you've had already. And I'm excited to see, you know, where you can take it and what's to come, because I think, you know, you're amazing, and, you know, you've like shown up, you've done the work, and when you can get those results and get the exact result that you came in to get,
Yes.
that's, you know, that's a real credit to your effort that you put in. So well done.
Well, thank you for the program. It's amazing.
Yeah, my pleasure. And exactly that. Hey, so it's really about realizing that, yeah, you are worth it, and it's okay to take that time for yourself, especially being mums. You know, we can forget that
Yeah,
it's okay to do that, but when you feel good, it just benefits everyone else. So awesome.
definitely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time, and have a great weekend. Hey.